5 seconds
As a hero,
remaining. Liquid's
you wanted
turn
to
to ban.
buff, or at least make viable again.
Team Secrets
What would it be?
turn to
Oh,
ban.
let me just look at the list.
I'm glad that you're at least looking and not just saying techies.
I don't want to buff that hero. There's plenty of. It's hard to say, right? Because pretty much every hero seems to be
Yeah,
viable
and that's
one
what
way or
it
the
is.
other.
Turn to ban.
But a hero I would like to see a buff to.
Just to see, like, come back into the meta again, I guess.
So we've just seen a bit of Undying actually.
Yeah,
but that's
we
a hero
have.
I used to love to play, and I feel like it's just really hard to use. This tournament it went 1-on-1, I believe. Newbie won a game and lost a game with it, but they were the only team to even touch it. I think apart from that,
10
unbanned,
seconds
unpicked.
remaining.
That's a cool hero that I would like to see some more play with.
Don't want to see a bit
5
more
seconds
Invoker?
remaining.
A bit more Shadow Fiend? I'm a sucker for the mids.
They're still pickable.
They're still playable.
Yeah.
You could buff Shadow
Just
Fiend a little
don't-
bit. It's one of
yeah,
the
just
iconic
don't
Dota
see it.
heroes.
Yeah.
It's nice to see Shadow Fiend, but he just had like a really good streak not too long ago where he was the mid for a while. So
Yes.
maybe it's someone else's turn.
Alright.
Oh,
Get into our first draft then.
Look who's banned first phase.
Yeah, no risks here. No risks.
This is very interesting because
10
the
seconds remaining.
most beloved hero of both teams is currently in the pool, or one of them. Chen has been
5
untouched.
seconds
Benno,
remaining.
Io.
Benno and Io as well are in.
think you'd
Very interesting.
take Benno first.
They predominantly have.
I think if you're Liquid,
Turn
okay.
to pick.
Night Stalker's on.
and
Big
Night
away-
Stalker.
yeah, Night Stalker. That's another challenge. I mean, we
That's a
didn't
hero
really talk
secret
too much about it, but it is one of those challenged heroes between the two.
And Liquid banned Secret's favorite counter, Spirit Breaker. So this makes Night Stalker a better pick. I think Secret will definitely pick Venno as one of the heroes. I think that hero is one of the worst
10
matchups for Night
seconds
Stalker, if not the
remaining.
worst, just in terms of game flow. Kuro seems very happy.
5 seconds
Like,
remaining.
hey, we got their Night Stalker, what are you gonna do now? Openings that could work for Secret. Chen Venno, I think, is pretty strong. Chen is a great hero against Night Stalker, groups up, plays 5 men, can dominate lanes early on. Night Stalker can't really deal with that. There's also still the Nature's Prophet is in, actually. Chen, Nature's Prophet, something Secret has run in the past as their first two, but have gone away from a bit. We'll see. I'm definitely expecting a Chen, at least. I feel like both,
Team Secret
either Chen or
turn
Venno will definitely be picked.
Venomancer.
There's the Venno.
Why would they not pick Chen?
They might be afraid that it pigeonholes them a little bit too much, that their lineup is already so defined that they can't adjust very much later on. That's one of the things that Secret
10
kind of got
seconds
trapped by in the
remaining.
game when they went Night Stalker, Io as their supports, and then they wanted a Huskar later, but
5
it made their
seconds
lineup fall
remaining.
apart. So if they're worried that they will be forced into playing more of a split push kind of game, then they've all fully committed to this 5-man style with a Chen pick. So that's probably what's going through Poppy's mind. Could also be thinking about picking his Bane.
Yeah.
Hero that's been
Has-
pretty successful.
Yeah, and he seems to have championed
Team
that over the last
Liquid's
month or so.
turn to
Oh,
pick.
that is okay.
Oh, hello.
Remember when we said
core,
Secret
two
might
core
be too
open.
cute? I don't know.
When was the last time you saw a two core open?
It's happened.
Has it happened
once
here?
before?
don't-
Liquid went Venno Brood in one of
Actually,
their games,
yes, they
but
did,
they were
yeah.
first pick.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is
10
very
seconds
different.
remaining.
They're showing 2 cores right off the bat, and Liquid have a counter pick. This is very surprising to
5
me.
seconds
But
remaining.
Secret are probably in the position where they feel like we have the best Ember player in the world. If we want the hero, or at least one of them, maybe they feel like they have the best. I think both SCC and Mid1 and Miracle, all 3 are very good at that hero.
Well, maybe it's also
Also might.
because Liquid might respond with the IO pick in the first phase, and then they don't have to worry about the IO Ember combo later on too.
I don't really like that support duo so much.
Team
Io Night Stalker
turn
is
to bat.
not the best pairing.
I already like the mind games going on in this game.
But they can do offlane Night Stalker.
They
right?
could do offlane NS for mind control. That's true. Yeah, Liquid, one of the teams that would do that. Now they won't. This is one of the go-to heroes against Venomancer. They've picked the Knight's Prophet,
10 seconds remaining.
Nature Stalker. Could you imagine that hero?
What was the one that you guys
5
got me at
seconds
Epicenter last year?
remaining.
I can't
I
remember.
got confused between. I wanted to say Earth Spirit. I know what it was. The Elder Spirit. That's what you
Elder
called it.
Titan and Earth Spirit.
Yeah, because the two of them came up at the same time, and I said Elder Spirit, and he went, "That's a great name for you." God, thanks, Sid. God,
Team Liquid's turn
Brilliant.
to ban.
it's been a while.
Bench ban.
That's a fun
Secrets
opener, though, isn't
turn
it?
to
What a
ban.
fun opening phase.
Yeah, this is very unexpected.
What's the vent ban for?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
Something
Are they
later.
setting up for like a Bat
Yeah.
Rider, or it's also something that Liquid do play on Matumba Man. If they play high tempo style, they can put a core Venge, and it might be something that Secret
10
just doesn't like to
seconds
face.
remaining.
It's been a while since they've gone for that. I don't even think they picked it up this tournament at all.
Five
Matumba has been playing in
seconds
pubs. I mean, this is when you're looking at this kind of matchup, this is one where you know every player in the opposing team, and you really know what they're doing. So
True that.
there's probably a bit more info going into this one than when, for example, Liquid played Keen yesterday. But so far, I'm more on board with Liquid's first 2 picks, just because they have way more flexibility in what they do right now. Unless Secret Curveball doesn't put a support Veno, which is something we very rarely see, but is an option if it's 2 counterpick to support.
Liquid's turn to ban.
Viper ban as well. Okay.
Do you think Jungle Veno has no place in this patch?
I think if you put Jungle Veno, it almost has to be an afterthought as a core. Because if you put one of your supports in the jungle for the first 5 minutes, good teams will just punish you way too hard. But if it's an offlaner and it can't just flat out can't lane, and you can go in the jungle and either get some farm or force supports to rotate on you, it frees up the map elsewhere. Whereas, let's say you put Veno jungle as a support, one support from the enemy team can just go and mess with you, and then it's equalized, and you have a support that's way more level dependent, just sitting around in the jungle and not getting. There's plenty of supports that can bully Veno alone.
Team Liquid's
Obviously, there's the
turn to
threat of
kick.
rotation, but yeah. If Secret want to be cute, they can try it. I don't think it's impossible, I just think it's hard. Especially against Furion. Just come in and mess with you with Treants alone. Will already make it hard. So Lich, this is a hero Virtus Pro has banned first every game of the tournament, I think, regardless of opponents.
10 seconds
There's like,
remaining.
we hate Lich. Don't blame him. I love it though.
5 seconds
What
remaining.
does that say about me? Yep. That's solid laning for Secret secured. Now they can put the Lich with Ember, so they can offset if they have a bad matchup. And Silencer. Interesting.
Okay.
These are very different approaches to what we've seen as of late from both teams.
Is this not what Virtus Pro were talking about, though, in the sense that if it was Virtus Pro that said
10
it,
seconds remaining.
we don't like playing Secret because of this?
Liquid are also doing something way
5
different too.
seconds
Yeah,
remaining.
but aren't they reacting to Secret? Isn't that why? Because they're having to play slightly different or draft slightly differently?
That's a good point.
I would think part of the reason we're still not sure where the statement is from, right? Where
No,
we're saying that
it's
VP
not
don't want to play
attributed
Secret.
right now.
But
Rumors have it.
Secret, when they draft well, they are very good at getting good lane matchups. And that is something Virtus Pro hate playing against, because Virtus Pro are a team that's very snowbally by nature and want to get off to a good start. Probably the reason they ban Lich every game is that no one doesn't want to tilt minute 5 and just leave. So then you don't want to play against Lich in dual mid. So it's probably just solo, making sure his mid player gets to play Dota when he bans that. That's probably. This hero has plenty of issues. Lich, you can definitely outplay it with different heroes. One of them on Liquid's side right now. Actually, 2 of them. I think both Night Stalker and Nature's Prophet have potentials against Lich.
So it's Doom.
Fata Doom?
Hmm.
He was really good with that hero.
Oh yeah.
One of his best,
Yeah.
for sure.
Very good.
10
I like it. It's a hero that can run in.
remaining.
It can pressure the silencer very early on. Global really doesn't
5
mean
seconds
anything to
remaining.
him. It's pretty nice. He has the Frost Armor to also back it up. One of the classic lanes that LFY ran at TI, the off-lane Lich Doom.
Team Secret's
That kinda
turn to
Ran
ban.
they picked Necro into Doom. That's unusual.
Why would you do that?
For the laning, probably. Liquids might be scared that they will lose the lanes too hard, so now they get a Matumba hero that can... If this is a lane in isolation, just Necro against Doom, Necro wins that lane pretty hard.
10
So,
seconds remaining.
this could be Liquid's way of either forcing the Lich to play in Doom's lane, or at least
5 seconds
putting
remaining.
pressure on Secret to swap their lanes around in a way that they would not like.
Why do you think they pick Silencer? Just only for the Ember? What other reason is there for the Silencer pickup? Because this is the hero that Liquid have not picked.
Liquid
at
have
all.
0 stuns to play with Silencer. It's a bit weird. Like, usually you pick Silencer if you have, say, a Bat Rider, and you can lasso a guy,
Team
global
Liquid's
Silencer that can't
turn
counterplay
to
and get that
ban.
pick. But right now, they have no guarantee that they get a pick with the global.
Or to use it to counter a Shaker or something like that that jumps in.
Yeah, exactly. If it counters something, it wasn't like particularly great when they picked it here, I think. There might be something.
They have had a reason for it, though, which is what I'm curious. I'm trying to find that reason.
10 seconds remaining.
I think the hero is in some ways pretty good against Ember because of Last
5
Word.
seconds
Ember
remaining.
is a very chaining type hero, so it's annoying when you get Last Worded. Hey.
So he
And of
did
course, the global sets you up to kill him off. But I just don't know if that's enough to justify it as a 3rd pick in this draft. I'm not that big of a fan of this support duo in particular. Like Night Stalker Silencer, I think, do a bit of the same, like both playing around silence. If the first pick from Liquid would have been the GH Earth Spirit instead, I think it would have been a way better pick. Because then you can allow Earth Spirit to roll in, cast all his spells because he can't get counterplayed with global, and then play around it that way. But we'll see. I like Liquid's first phase a lot. The second phase to me falls a little bit flat. So currently a bit more in the Secret train here, but and Secret even had the last pick. So I think they should be pretty happy with what they've got right now.
It's a very unusual Liquid draft, isn't it?
It really is.
Anyway, they throw us for a loop and do something like a Wisp last pick for Liquid and change one of those other heroes into a core.
Well,
What would you
you do? Mid silencer? It has to be the silencer that's a core then. I don't think you put core Night Stalker and support Furion, or have Night Stalker, Furion, and Necro as your tri-core. It's a bit strange. Sounds pretty weak to me. I'm more or less set on this being a silencer support. We could see it actually. That's a fair point. I think silencer as a core is actually really strong against Ember Spirit in lane. That's a bad lane matchup for the Ember. If they're thinking that way, that could be a possibility. That's one of the pieces of information you give away when you pick Ember Spirit so early, is that this hero, in my mind, is almost a lock on mid. You can sometimes safe lane it, but very one-dimensional in its lane.
Turn to pick.
And again, Ace's Meepo.
Just in case.
Brood is still... No,
No,
that was
no,
first
no,
phase
no.
ban. I was like, I don't see a ban toward the end. I'm not used to looking up there for Brood. I'm not used to looking in the first phase for a Brood ban.
That was a good one. Sid.
Whenever you look at these two teams, you look for Brood ban. I'm just
You
saying,
do.
like, these teams play that
Yeah.
so much.
And the Meepo.
5
and the
seconds
Husker.
remaining.
Gotta be sure you don't fall into traps. Is there anything left?
Anything cheesy?
Tricky here. So I think Liquid just flat out need a miracle here. Oh, okay.
Oh, hello. What are we saying?
Which of the two amazing Doom targets are you going to Doom now, Fonzo? Will you pick Necro or Invoke?
A choice of two.
This, to me, looks like an absolutely outstanding Pugna game if they could fit it into their strat, but...
10 seconds remaining.
Where would that go, though?
That's the
now?
thing, like,
Yeah.
would they try to be cute, put it on a 4? Phantom Lancer. Okay, because they... Yeah.
Choose your hero.
So it's support Lich and Doom by Yapsor now.
Yeah.
It looks like not a Fata Doom this time around. Will be Fata on Phantom Lancer. We haven't seen that so much.
Fought on Venom?
Yeah, have you seen that?
Not recently. Oh, we've seen it a little bit, but that's like those are his heroes. Viper, Razor, Venom.
This is a sick PL game, by the way. It is so good. The only thing that's dangerous to him is if Invoker combos him. Pretty much nothing else can even touch him.
You can't really combo him though, because he has doppelganger.
Yeah, there's Global Silence. So, you know,
By
and
Manta.
Night Stalker Silence.
By
So you're
Manta, win
Silence,
game.
then you Force Manta, then you Global, then you combo. Come on, it's easy.
All right.
This guy's anti-I, man.
In one word, which way is game one going?
I like Secret. A bit more. I think they have good counter picks. One word.
I'll also go with Secret.
10 seconds
A
remaining.
plethora of words here at the desk as we will now wrap things up and we'll
5
go back
seconds
inside the
remaining.
Barclaycard Arena. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second semi-final. It's all set nicely between Team Liquid and Secret. Let's see how they get on.
You couldn't ask for a better matchup here in the semi-final. In the final day of ESL 1, Hamburg, Team Secret versus Team Liquid. Kuro versus Puppy, the two long-standing Dota players turned veterans of the industry, have both pretty good similarities between the two. They both have some young superstar positions in both their forward position as well as their mid lane. They've got some veterans in there as well, especially Secret, having the experience Fada in the off lane. Mind Control certainly adapted in his own in Liquid. He seems to be one hell of an off laner. I love this matchup, Blitz, but who do you really give it to after looking at this draft? I mean, we called the Phantom Lancer towards the end for Secret, but do you think that actually wins them this entire match?
I think it does. I think this hero is going to go relatively unchallenged. I think he's a really strong hero right now. I know he hasn't had the best statistics, but sometimes when you just have a really good PL game, it's going to be a really good PL game. But I mean, I'm really interested in this matchup. It could have easily been a grand finals anywhere else.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Secret have been on one hell of a roll. but they haven't proven themselves at the highest level
30
yet,
seconds
right? Like
to
they
battle.
haven't gotten themselves a win at a minor. Now they're at the major. Now that this is their best shot to be able to establish themselves before this patch comes to a close. I also want to talk about what you said on the panel. Remember we were talking about how Kuro, he had that thing that he said about being able to establish this meta as Team Liquid. And right here, right now, this is their opportunity to close out this patch.
Yeah, I know that Kuro's really interested in legacies, and being able to say we were the best from start to finish, I think would mean a lot to him, as both sides actually
The
feature
battle
hometown
begins.
favorites.
Yeah.
Both German players this game on Secret and Liquid. I heard one dude clap.
Look at that. Team Liquid going for the invasion are able to pick up that extra bounty rune. So we're going to have Fada on the off-lane Venomancer. A little switcheroo that Secret gave us, and they're going to have Ace taking over the mid lane as the Phantom Lancer. A good matchup versus the Invoker, correct?
Yes, and Yapsor going to be playing this spoiler role where I think this Doom is going to be quite annoying. Doom has always been a very good hero against the Invoker because you can just simply run at him. Invoker's weakness has always been the fact that if you dual lane him, he can't really do a whole lot against it, and I think this support Doom kind of threw them for a loop. They were probably expecting something like the Lich plus the Doom in the off lane.
Yep.
But instead, it's something a little bit different here.
And that means we're going to be having safe lane for mid 1 on the Ember Spirit, guarded by Puppy's Lich. But he is going up against a Furion. This looks like a really tough lane for Secret. So even if they do get the 1-on-1 matchup, or even the 2-on-2 matchup in the mid lane, their safe lane is going to be suffering heavily.
And I think they're okay with that trade. Although you'd really like to see Yapsor try to grab a creep, make an aggressive move on this mid lane, as he had to use his first Devour just for the Treants. Yapsor being a bit of a greedy player, and this is the perfect hero for a greedy player.
Yeah, absolutely. A support Doom that can spend his time in the jungle, get his own set of farm. You can already see he's level 2. Looks like he actually picked up a bigger troll, so he does have at least the ensnare to be able to set up a gank here. Fada playing pretty aggressively. Running out of regen is going to have to go through a healing salve. And you can see port mid 1. At least they finally got the ice armor from Puppy, so that will help mitigate a lot of the physical damage that is being run at him by Mind Control's Furion, as well as GH's Night Stalker.
Right now at bottom, Puppy, just trying to drag the creep wave back, is going to be able to do so. And it looks like Mind Control and GH wanted to get aggressive, but likely to just wait until it's nighttime. No real rush for them. As up at top, Fada starting to get low, but
oh, the Furion's going to TP in here. Mind Control is going to be able to catch Fada, and that's going to be our first blood. It's Fairy Fire buys him a little bit more time, as well as the Magic Wand, but here comes the Sunstrike. Jehovah Miracle is able to land the first blood here for Liquid.
And a very nice pickup for Invokers. That global presence allows them to get some XP, get some farm.
We've got double global heroes here, Invoker and the Furion, so this is a way that Liquid can really keep the pressure on Secret.
Yeah, they don't have my favorite setups that I've ever seen for the Invoker Sunstrike. Oftentimes when they have something like this, they give Mind Control something like Beastmaster, but I think there are just some heroes that you don't want to give Mind Control, and Nature's Prophet happens to be one of them, and so Liquid pretty much has to pick it.
Yeah.
You've got to kind of put the fear into people in best of threes. You got to say, like, these are still the heroes that we think are OP, try to beat them, and for Secret, it'll mean a lot if they can beat this Nature's Prophet in this first game, considering no one was able to really do it at TI.
Yeah, we saw TI, they were like, geez, this Furion is too much, and they banned it in the second and third game after giving it up in the first series. Let's see whether or not...
he even sniped the courier. He's inside the base right now.
He's getting on top of Matumba Man. It looks like he may drop here as Yaptor's first rotation is going to be well worth it, but as you said, Mind Control did manage to snipe out.
Did he snipe it as it was leaving? That was such a weird position. He suicided in for it. I saw it happening. I was like, what is he doing there? Yeah. And does manage to find the timing for it, and then immediately suicides to the fountain so he can make his way down bottom. But those were the tangos, I believe. As mid one also out of regen, and this is going to hurt them a lot more than I think they realize.
So you think after being able to snipe that and seeing that mid one's not going to be able to get regen, do we just continue to keep the pressure on that safe lane, keep the Ember Spirit down?
Yeah, but unfortunately he had to suicide for it.
Yeah.
Which I think is the correct call. You're not getting out of there with your life.
So it's going to take him a little extra time to get back to lane.
It's also going to help Miracle out, who is really farmed right now. Performance in the game, level 5, has a Ring of Bassi.
I thought the Phantom Lancer was supposed to win this matchup. What happened?
I think it's the combination of him getting first blood.
Yes.
The largest thing is he got first blood and they get the courier kill.
Here comes the rotation down to bottom lane. GH is going to go for mid one here. They're trying to go for the body block with the treants as well as the slow. With the Sunstrike over the top, that's going to be another miracle kill. 2-2, maybe 2-3. Puppey barely gets out alive, it looks like, with the TP away. But now Liquid have completely forced this safe lane back to base. And they are going to have some free lanes, it looks like.
Yeah, right now both the safe lanes are suffering, as we saw YapzOr heavily prioritize harassing that top area. And Liquid, right now it seems like most of their focus is trying to put pressure on lanes so that Miracle can get this very advantageous 1v1. And I say that now just because of such a good start he's had. And mid one at bottom getting dove by the illusions. Kroki though out of mana.
He's going to pop out that flame guard. GH
Maybe
is
they
going
just
to
want to
try and
chase
run
him
him down here. Now, he doesn't have the silence, so he's just going to throw out the level 2 slow from the Void, but it looks like they are going to be able to bring him down with just the physical attack. So Liquid gain yet another kill. A TP in from the Doom here. Looks like YapzOr is going to try and keep the pressure off of this tower. Now, in some situations, you would see this kind of pressure and actually give up the safe lane tower early, but it doesn't look like Secret's going to do that, and it may cost them their lives. YapzOr's getting down by another Sunstrike from Miracle. Liquid is just racking him up for Miracle to knock him down.
And most of the time you see Liquid, they try to like tri-lane mid, but this time around they're just creating space around the map, finding kill opportunities, so even better for Miracle, as I think YapzOr, you have to give up on that area. Liquid, representing 3 heroes at once, are so strong early on, and something that
what do we do as Secret to change this? Do we put Venomancer bottom lane and like switch up the lane somehow?
Yes, and that's exactly what they're going to do, but this isn't going to be helpful for them either, as this is not an easy lane for the Veno to deal with, only one level of the wards. That's going to help them spot GH. But something I was going to mention is when you have heroes like Doom and Ember who naturally have low int and low mana pools, it's very annoying to die around that silencer.
Yeah, he just keeps racking up the intelligence, the stolen intelligence.
Especially as somebody who I know plays Doom, it's really, really annoying.
Yeah, percentage-wise, it's so much of your mana. Even just 2 intelligence, it hurts a lot. YapzOr, who's smoked up, is actually going to run a GH here around that 6-minute bounty rune, and does have the help of Kuro, so YapzOr's in some serious trouble. Fada's going to make his way over. Looks like they're going to try and go for Kuro here. Fada actually tries to hit the slow onto GH as well. Misses out on that one. They're going to miss out on the kill on Kuro as well. GH, look at YapzOr. He's hugging the heroes. He wants to make sure that he's not going to be caught up by a Sunstrike here, but what a good run out from GH. Mind Control gets another courier somehow, and GH is still going to be able to get away.
That courier has spent all but 1 minute of this game dead. I don't know how it's happening or how he's really timing it out, but I mean, he's finding the angle every single time, and that is so frustrating, I think, for Secret.
Do you think he actually just timed out like from the last death, like 3 minutes later, and he was like, all right, it's up now, it's probably going to fly out?
He probably saw the courier going downwards and then just timed it on its descent back, but that's still pretty absurd. To lose a courier twice like that, dead for 6 minutes, it's only been 7 minutes into the game. It's like it's been necro-ulted like several times. But Matamba Man,
I mean, he's getting space too. Look at him. He's got a Staff of Wizardry on top of the treads.
Yeah, and it seems like Secret was unprepared to deal with this kind of pressure, but this is what Liquid does with their Nature's Prophet. They're going to play very aggressively in that offlane area, force a lot of pressure down there, and I think the thing that's throwing Secret off is they're not really helping this Invoker.
Yeah.
They probably expected there to be more support for this Invoker, but Miracle's been relatively untouched.
If you're Liquid, you're probably going to say, like, look, Miracle, you're going to have maybe some heroes running at you, but we're going to get you back into the game via Sunstrikes.
Yes.
Right? So as long as we're winning the other lanes and you're collecting the bounty for the kills, you're fine.
And the problem here is that I think Secret is playing too counter-aggressive. Like, they're trying to make things happen after the fact. Like, they're playing very reactively, I should say, as YapzOr. Gonna pop that fire.
So you want them to start setting the tempo, like ganking Matamba Man some more. Like if you're gonna lose your safe lane, you might as well make sure that the enemy safe laner is not having a good time. And Matamba Man has definitely made some serious recovery.
Yeah, but who's really having a bad time on the side of Liquid? And that's the problem is, okay, so they go bottom to help out, but that lane's already dead. Miracle by that time, he's too hard to gank. And top, all of a sudden, you haven't really touched that area in quite some time. Matamba Man's starting to get farmed. And this is the dangerous Liquid when they're able to win all 3 of their lanes because they have very greedy cores. But if they can do it this successfully, and look at the gold lead, 4,000 at 8 minutes is really fast.
Okay, so I feel like we're beating on Secret almost as hard as Liquid is right now. But what about like the fact that they do have some pretty strong mid-game heroes? Like surely they're going to hit a swing at some point in time where the Ember Spirit, now that he's got his ultimate, can start going around getting some kills. Doom up as well. Venomancer's a strong mid-game hero. Like they can at least bring this game back via some of those early team fights, right?
Yeah, they probably missed their early game timing with their Doom, but the next one is let him get level 6, then start going around the map, get aggressive, take down one of the cores. And the good news is, if you are playing against a Nature's Prophet, you can almost always get back into the game because this hero can't team fight.
Fury on TP in. Looks like he's going to go for Puppey here. Surrounds him with
another
his
one.
He is going to be able to get another Sunstrike kill for Miracle, dominating already for the 10-minute mark.
This is starting to get a little bit out of control right now. Is normally you really want to pressure this Invoker. That's what we thought would happen with this with this Doom PL mid, but for the most part, he's been untouched and now mind control.
This is spiraling out of control now. What is Midwan up to here? He's cut in the creep wave, runs into the Invoker. Looks to be able to take it before he jumps back. Matumbaman not able to get the Reaper Scythe off, nor would have killed Midwan. Flame Guard still up.
Radiant's
and it looks like Secret
is under attack.
They might just be afraid to make their courier leave the base. I'm not sure if anybody needs it right now, but you've got to be careful. Mind Control has represented that he's willing to snipe it multiple times as YapzOr going to make his way up here. Doesn't want to use the Doom quite yet, though.
But they do have GH as well as Mind Control coming in from the side, so they're actually going to try and get a counter kill on Nafana. Stopping the TP with the Void, but they're not going to be able to stop YapzOr's TP out. So it is going to be a core for a support to the favor of Liquid.
Still, with this kind of gold lead, I think that's a relatively even exchange. Like, they got to get kills happening on the map. They didn't have to expend Doom for it either. Dagon completed on Matumbaman. He's going to pop with the Dagon.
He's going to be able to bring down Midwan. He did not see that one coming.
I didn't see that one coming either.
Oh, the Dagon early pick up 11 minutes in from Matumbaman, and it's already worth it.
That's so cool. He was showing as if he was going to go for a 4-staff.
Yeah.
And Midwan's like, all right, I've got Flame Guard. There's no way that I can die. So much magic damage there. Bursts it out. 20 seconds still on the deck for him as YapzOr making his way up top. But Mind Control already TPing out. They're going to spot this with the ward air. Here we're going to see it again.
So Midwan's thinking to himself,
level 4 Flame Guard.
Level 4 Flame Guard. I can just burn you down, and all of a sudden it becomes too much. Midwan's down for 40 seconds off that death.
Straight up slain as now Ace, he's got to make something happen. You can't have this passive laning phase anymore. Starting to go around the map.
But Venomancer isn't like the best core to go around killing things, right? Like I feel like he's more of a 25-30 minute after you've got Diffuser Blade and some stats.
Yes, he needs to just continue to farm right now. But I fear for his team's ability to fight without him right now.
Yeah. As
they have Lich, who hasn't had the easiest game either. As Puppey is run around, his game's been slowed down a lot. GH, even a higher level. In mid, Mind Control already starting the Treant Assault as he wants to back up. Mid one popping that Flame Guard preemptively. But I think the mid tower is going to be the next location.
Now look at this smoke wrap around. Liquid really want to take
spotted,
that mid-tier 1 away.
That ward saw them, and the scan is going to confirm this, that they are grouping around this mid area. And Secret, they've done their homework. They know that this move is coming. YapzOr, though, might still get spotted out. He's going to start taking the high ground as the illusion start making its way up, and the ward is placed. Preemptively pops that Scorched Earth.
So it looks like Secret are kind of just giving this one up.
They know for a fact that they're behind that tower area now.
Nice attempt at a deny, but Kuro doesn't do enough damage. Mid-one's going to join them here. The tower is already under so much assault. It's definitely going down before Secret are able to contest this. So they're going to lose that map control. It just seems like Secret are reading this as Liquid's just too strong, right?
Yeah. I did like that they were able to de-ward. They sensed that coming. It's a very obvious play after you go for the bottom tower to just immediately connect in.
Yeah.
Especially considering that the tower was already at half HP.
Look at Fada. He also reads the fact that Liquid's coming this way. It seems like Secret had, again, as you said, done their homework about Liquid, seen what kind of rotations they like to make. They're reading their strategy of Liquid very well. They just didn't really anticipate the laning phase.
No, not
and
at all.
Because of that, they're at such a deficit that they just can't even fight Liquid.
Yeah, it just feels like they know what's happening and they still can't stop it.
Yeah.
The gold lead already at 7,000, and this is a really casual 7,000 gold lead. It doesn't feel as if there's any large-scale engagements that allowed this to happen, but it's just largely on the fact that all three of their cores steadily farming away. YapzOr does have that Doom available. 13 minutes and we haven't seen it quite yet.
Really need this kill, but there is Liquid sitting here on the side. In fact, the silencer is next to Matumbaman. More importantly, he has gold to silence up. So YapzOr is not going to see that opportunity to go for Matamba Man. Matamba Man's not being punished for his super greedy build of the Dagon, because that means he has nobody to fight. He's super susceptible to magic damage, but they haven't killed him since.
Nobody is being punished for their greedy builds. Right now, Miracle Invoker has a lot of items that don't provide him anything. Halfway to that Ags, once he has the Ags, of course, he's going to ramp up his effectiveness, but for the most part, this guy's just been farming Ancients and farming that neutral creep triumvirate as Fada mid.
They're going to go for it with the haste rune. They're going to try and bring Fada down now. They're going to get the Reaper side. Oh, Jesus! Ooh, that is the kitchen sink being thrown at poor Fada. Yeah, Matamba Man is the one to pick up the kill off the Reaper side.
50 seconds dead. That is a really long time. I think he does have his Midas. Is he going to lose Midas efficiency for that?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Oh, no. That's really where it hurts.
We even get to see those YapzOr does manage to get off the Scorched Earth, so he's okay in this situation.
Dire's bottom tower
again,
is under
it's
attack.
Secret either dying or retreating from
attack.
every single engagement. They have yet to be the ones to set the tempo of this game.
What's weird for me, Cap, is that it's the heroes that you don't often see setting up these fights. Like this Necro, like just running around. Yeah, he's
stacking Reaper's Sight.
As much as Secret don't have these heroes that can easily do it, hold that thought as Ace gonna get silenced up.
Silence off.
Where's the Sunstrike again?
Coming in. They're gonna be able to bring him low. Ace is gonna be able to get the Doppelganger up, but he's already so low. He needs the assistance. Actually, he's gonna be able to bottle up. Turns around with a chain cross bounce around. They might be able to kill GH. YapzOr's here to be able to clean up this kill. Matamba Man actually managed to sneak around the side and get Ace from behind. Brought him down with the Dagon, and will TP out to safety. Just as you think Secret might be able to take one up over Liquid. Well, so let's see. They've at least got Kuro, it looks like. Midwatch should be able to run him down pretty easily with the Remnant and the Flame Guard burn. So that's a freebie. Finally, Secret get themselves a kill that doesn't cost them so much more.
And they really needed that, because I'm still struggling to figure out like how this game is exactly happening. Because Liquid, of course the Nature's Prophet can TP around and set stuff up, but he's not a natural disable or anything. And so most of this is coming around from GH, who has just been everywhere. Demon on the map so far. Already has that medallion, and he's just been a thorn in the Secret side as Liquid, they have full map control right now. They've done a very good job of setting up fights around that Sunstrike, even without any of those reliable disables.
I love the Force Staff choice that he's thinking about right now. We saw a unusual Force Staff picked up yesterday off of the Clean Force Staff. Thought that was a pretty cool idea.
Yeah, they just need more team fight. They need ways to be able to kite, because the downside of their lineup is they don't have these stuns, so they have to continue to do these like hit and run maneuvers for them to be able to get kills. And right now it's successful, and maybe there is a time where they will just be able to get a lot of farm as Global Silence pop bottom.
Go for bottom lane with the Reaper Scythe already being used. Doesn't get hit by the Sunstrike, but does get hit by Matamba Man's Death Pulse.
And the ult ultimately doesn't end up killing him, but still he's got a full pipe. Right. This is going to shore up their team fight even further. It just keeps getting worse and worse right now for Secret as GH.
Nice Puppy slows him down.
Doesn't have the Frost Armor on him either. The Sunstrike.
That one's going to miss.
And GH has to get out of here.
It flies straight up into the trees. Accidentally knocks down those trees, but will
Radiant structures are fortified.
And it looks like Liquid, they want to play this early game tempo a little bit faster. As now that they've got the Orchid, anybody is liable to die now.
So, do you agree with Secret taking this slower?
I don't know. They still haven't used Doom, I think.
Yeah.
To my knowledge, it's almost 20 minutes into the game right now. I just think they're being run around, and they can't read the moves because their ward vision isn't exactly the best either.
And all their lanes are being shoved in. So, pretty much there's only one lane that's ever pushed in.
And game is paused.
Puppy will pause the game for poor Ace, who's currently DC'd out.
I just noticed the bottom left and the bottom, it shows like who glyphed and who...
Yeah, it shows both the glyphs and both the...
That's awesome.
Scans.
Take a quick pause, but yeah, it feels like Secret right now, they're just being run ragged. The fact that they haven't been able to utilize their Doom whatsoever in this game. It's 18 minutes in, hasn't used a single Doom, has been level 6 since the 10-minute mark. They just can't really get them online, and as a result, none of Liquid's cores are getting punished. Yeah, they lose Kuroki once in a while, but nobody else is dying.
Would you say that... I mean, you put most of this on GH go back the game here. You put most of this on GH, but Furion definitely had a large impact as well. Just watching the first 18 minutes, no matter what the outcome is.
Oh,
feels like
sure.
the Furion has had enough impact. Would you, as Secret, ban it in game 2?
I mean, we haven't gotten to that point yet. I think we're being a little bit presumptuous here because I think Secret's teamfight is still very strong. If you doom somebody, who cares how much net worth you have? You've been doomed.
I guess my point is, like, oftentimes the hardest part of the game to really make work for a Furion is that early game. And they have done it with Starks.
Yeah, they're really comfortable playing around this hero.
Radiant are scanning.
And we're seeing it here as they're going to scan Secret. They're not even trying to make an aggressive maneuver. They just want to farm. They're so afraid right now of going around the map that they're willing to scan just to see if they can farm a little bit further.
Don't worry, Fada. It's the little things in life. Maybe losing this game by 8,000 gold, scores 5 to 10 before the 20-minute marker, but at least you can deny that double dip.
You gotta be happy about those things. As Puppy has a Quelling Blade. Purely for the ward deny, I think.
And Treant, or
the Sprout.
yeah, Sprout.
That's like minor annoying.
I mean,
it's a good gold.
No, it's a little bit annoying when you can't get out and it's a free Sunstrike.
Radiant's top
That's true.
tower is
That's
under
your stun.
attack.
That's like 500 pure damage straight to the poor Lich, who's only got probably 800, 900 HP.
Yeah, it's not fun being battle domed.
It looks like our final 2-1 towers are going to drop here. Liquid taking
Radiant's
three.
top tower
The
is
Secret, all they're
fallen.
really giving up this is maybe pushing it mid. Liquid just going to keep going for this tier 2, force Secret into some sort of reaction.
Radiant's
They're gonna
top
pipe
tower is under
on
attack.
Matama Man. As long as he can get it off before the Doom, it's gonna be really hard for them to fight, yeah.
It's so hard to be able to burst anybody down.
So the play here is as soon as somebody gets doomed, as the silencer, you just pop Global Silence and you force staff them out. Then you just reset the fight, wait out the Doom, and go for it again. Because the Necro will regen so quickly, he has a high amount of HP regen with that pipe. It's okay to take some of these sloppier fights, as long as those things are done in that order. And that's why Secret are so hesitant to fight, even with Liquid taking all of their tier 2 towers.
Is there, can we get like defensive force staff used on the man or something, just to get him a little bit closer to you?
Maybe.
It's like jumping out is going to be hard out.
But they want to take this fight. This is not a tower that they want to give away for free. They've given away too much of the map already. And if you lose this tier 2 tower, then you're liable to just get Roshan'd, and Liquid can start playing the split up the map game even further.
Yeah.
And take over that area.
But you can see Liquid did have a ward in front of that offlane tower.
Yeah,
So they see
slow.
Secret's movements. They backed off as there were 5 heroes, but now they know Secret are eventually going to split apart here. They're going to be able to get the catch, potentially in the Venomancer, who gets a force down a little bit farther away. Sunstrike just on the edge. Looks like Mind Control able to pick it up with his ultimate. Reaper's Sight brings the Doom a little bit low, who's going for Miracles and Invoker in the back line. Ember Spirit's going to join, and Midwan hopes to be able to catch up, but immediately silenced up. And now being juked around by Miracle back to the rest of his team. Hopes to be able to get a save from the Necrophos, and will be able to. Mind Control going for the TP out is barely going to be able to make it alive, but the rest of the heroes are a bit low. So it looks like Liquid is just going to be able to clean up the rest of the Secret. They're going to be forced to retreat. Ace not getting hit by that tornado. May still be chased down here with no doppelganger up for another second.
Mind Control.
And the back line with the Orchid is going to be able to get the Ember Spirit kill. Now Ace is going to move forward, try and get the kill onto Mind Control, surrounding him with his illusions, but the damage is already done. They've lost their core, and now with the rest of Liquid backing Mind Control up. In fact, they're just diving into tier 3. They're going to be able to take Puppy as well. Venomancer's going to go for the TP in. Maybe Liquid have already extended themselves, but they don't have a... Oh no, they don't have a stun!
Radiant's
It's just a
top
TP
tower
away.
is under
It's so
attack.
easy for Matamba Man to get out of these engagements now that all the supports are dead.
Radiant's
Liquid
top
even
tower
gets that
is
tier
fallen.
2. It is a goddamn massacre here in game number 1.
And Mind Control even TPing bottom to further maximize the farm. Breathing even heavier down the necks of Secret as Liquid with full control. First Doom of the game used, and it largely led to nothing. And in fact, it led to his team all dying and them losing the tier 2 tower.
Yeah.
And now the one area that they could farm, this ancient area, is
The
being taken away from them.
Ancient, yeah, that like triangle you're talking about.
They don't feel comfortable going into their own jungle because they don't know about the ward vision. The next move they make is probably you just buy a Desperation Gem, because you can't play under this kind of vision game. And once you grab that tier 2 tower up in top, you go for the Roshan. I think Secret are aware of this, but fighting it is another story.
Especially with Liquid. I feel like this is something Liquid always does with Roshan. They will start a Roshan with like 2 heroes, and they'll always have someone scouting out really far forward, so they can actually get the initiation on the team trying to contest Roshan, rather than the other way around. Miracle was pushing forward with his invis, not in a space though to be able to stop Secret and moving forward into the Roshan pit. Is going to work with him now.
What I'd like to see right now is Matama Man back out, let the Nature's Prophet push out both of the side lanes, and once somebody goes to deal with this bottom lane, then you can go back into the Rosh pit if you feel like it.
Yeah. But at the same time, Secret do have a pretty good hero to be able to deal with that, right? They can just have the Ember Spirit run at bottom, and he can always jump back to that Roshan pit if plays already.
Especially now that he has the Yule Scepter. That's going to make it a lot easier for him, but Lincoln's #1 completed on Liquid. Last I checked, they wanted one on Miracle, who's steadily getting closer to his, and once that happens, Cap, the teamfight initiation is just simply not going to be there for Secret. They don't have any of these heroes that ignore the Lincolns very easily, like the Earthshaker or the Earth Spirit. Instead, they've got a lot of single target focus down.
It's going to be super hard as the Doom. You have to get like the Mana Drain creep or the Purge creep, jump in, pop the Lincolns with that ability, and then get Doom off. But the problem with that is Mind Control is going to have Tornado, Cold Snap, something to be able to interrupt you in that short period of time.
Yeah.
Mind Control has his Orchid. So that extra like half a second that it takes for you to be able to cast something to pop the Lincolns is devastating.
It feels like an eternity.
Yeah.
Especially against players playing at this level. You don't get that kind of time as Miracle at the top is waiting for mid one, already starts popping some spells, but just going to push out the wave right now, and his team are gathered up in this mid area. Looks like they're pinging around, and Matama Man preemptively pops Grow Shroud, but was afraid of getting gone on. Still very tanky though.
They're so confident. The Invoker and the Furia, now that they have those Lincolns.
Dire's middle
They know
tower
it's just so
is under
unlikely
attack.
for them to be caught by Secret at this point, especially with the aggressive vision that they have now. Top lane, they still have that laning ward. It's going to be able to see most rotation through that offline jungle area.
And even though they're only up by 8 kills,
Radiant are scanning.
Liquid have built up a 13,000 gold lead as one more Midas in, and Miracle will have paid off.
And Smoke protecting Miracle as he pushes it in the top lane, looking for that pick off, and he's going to be able to find it onto Ace. It's going to be caught by the Reaper's sight.
Even gets hit by the Sunstrike. Beautiful play by Liquid. This might just lead them into a high ground scenario as Secret, they'll be hard pressed to defend this. They don't have the best heroes at defending this. They do have the Venomancer, but he's not in place to place those wards. Only has one down so far. Already going to get gone on.
Might as well try and force the buyback. GH gives himself a little bit of push. It's down the cliff. 45 seconds they're going to have to deal with this siege if they want to be able to keep the buyback intact for the Phantom Lancer. And it seems so unlikely that they're going to be able to do that, but we'll see. Midwan pushes himself. A little bit of damage here. Now the Doom initiation on the Necrophos, but there goes that defensive force staff trying to get him back to the rest of the team. Hoping to be able to keep the Necrophos alive here, but they are going to be gone on by Ace. So it looks like he's definitely dead. Midwan gets
getting low.
And Blast actually going to be able to bring down Crow with the help of Ace. Now they look towards Miracle. Goes for a TP out, goes for the invis, but they do have
Look
that
at bottom
extra
though.
blade. Is going to be able to catch that one. TP in, Mind Control. They're going to be able to catch him as well. Midwan goes for it with the boots of travel, and Mind Control does not have the Orca to be able to stop him here. Tries to go for the Sprout, doesn't quite catch him. Midwan catching up, goes for the TP out. As long as they actually get the disable here with the Yule Scepter, and then they get the chains to be able to stop the follow-up, but he gets the Orchid off, and Mind Control is going to be able to make it out alive.
Very well done. Was waiting to pop that Yule Scepter. Baits the first TP so that he uses it. Then the second one.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Really
his
smart,
holster.
especially since he put himself right on top of the creep wave before he did it. They had to use the Yule Scepter for that first disable.
And I really like that he went for that play. He understands this is a lost fight. The only way that they can win that fight is if Matama Man is able to live for even half a second, but he recognizes, okay, my team, we've definitively lost this fight. There's no point in me also throwing my life away. Let's create some pressure so they can't immediately go for an objective like this.
Midwan with a double damage, and Yaps are coming in. Nice double chains with a remnant in it. They're going to be able to bring down both of these supports. Secret hit Liquid back hard. Trying to set the tempo of this game. They're going to take that tier 1 tower away from Liquid as well. And that gold lead is beginning to plummet for Liquid.
Yeah, we talked about it. This is what happens when you don't have these disables. You're always going to get initiated on them. We thought they had enough farm, but 15,000 gold lead now going down to 8 as Miracle. He wants this kill on a Puppy.
You dirty dog. You leave those core supports alone. Puppy's going to be popping Cold Snap. No chance in hell that he's getting out of that one. will put some pressure on that top lane. Now here comes the rotation. Sunstrike.
Mid one.
Or no, not quite Sunstrike. Mid one's not going to be able to catch him.
Yeah. Has an Arcane Rune and a DD. Miracle gonna get out of there as mid one now starting to get really farmed. Almost has that fully completed Radiance. There is no lockdown available for him. Only silences, so that Eul Scepter is especially effective right now. And Liquid, without any hexes on their side,
Radiant's bottom
they're gonna be hard pressed to find the
attack.
initiation.
Yeah, they're gonna have to like throw Reaper's Sight at the Ember Spirit, I think,
Yeah.
just to be able to get some control on it. That's not really your ideal.
It shows you that even if you're ahead 15k when you have a lineup that doesn't have these disables
Radiant's
or the team
bottom
fight
shrine
ability,
is under attack.
then for the most part you want to avoid these fights. Like Secret obviously
Radiant's
has a
bottom
much stronger
shrine
overall
has
5-on-5
fallen.
right now.
Now, at least we did get that tier 3 at bottom lane for that nasty engagement at top. So the shrines are unlocked. They've already taken one of them, bottom one. And Furion is eventually going to throw treants at that top shrine as well. So we're not only talking about pretty big boost in gold for Team Liquid, but also a lot more map control.
The seeds of
And that's what they need right now. They need to further build that lead up.
Just suffocate Secret, right? Just build and build more and more of an advantage, because it's kind of like that, it was that Chinese saying where if you can't go high ground, your advantage is false, right? It's a little bit ringing true here for Liquid, just because of the fact that they don't have the team fight to
Radiant's
always
top
guaranteed
shrine is
beat
under
out
attack.
Secret.
Yeah, and Secret even going to make an aggressive smoke maneuver. They trust their team fight right now. And Fada, only person showing right now on Liquid.
Radiant's top
Kuro,
shrine is under attack.
a little bit ahead right now.
Fada's a pretty good actor. Look at backing off. He's trying to play a little
Radiant
hesitant. Oh,
mid one went for
missed
it.
chains there. Mid one didn't actually get the
Radiant's
sleight of
top
fist
shrine is
onto
under
Matamba
attack.
Man. Might be able to still catch Mind Control. Good force that forward. The Absol's going to go down mid one now, hoping to be able to close in on that core
This
kill.
might
But
be
now
the
the
fight
rest of
they
Liquid
need.
is here. They're going to be able to get the Reaper's Sight, bringing Doom low, and then finish him off with Mind Control. Now the Chain Frost comes in. It's not going to do much, only bouncing between the two of them. And now GH trying to
Radiant's
pursue,
top
but Ace
shrine
makes
is
sure that
under
there is no
attack.
pursuit on the rest of Secret as they back off. Miracle immediately going for the fast split push. This is going to force Secret to TP back, and you can see Liquid are surging forward, trying to catch some of these heroes that are TPing away.
They need a Roshan right now on Liquid. They force people bottom, they force people top. I think this is one of the best opportunities that they're going to have to go for it. They're setting up around that area. GH already popping the fly just to see if there's anything there.
Radiant's top tower
And with the
is
ward
under
in there,
attack.
it seems like they're a little bit spooked as Miracle gonna finish out a BKB now. Starting to get really farmed. And Kuro.
Radiant's top
He's
tower
gonna die for that?
Shrine.
He's gonna
Ace
die
does
for
a
that.
lot of damage very quickly. Miracle could not get a tornado off in time to save his ally.
At the same time, Mind Control takes down another tower. Immediately gets out. Now it's two sides that are exposed. And this is exactly what Liquid want to do. They want to continue to put up the pressure without sacrificing too much. And Mind Control gonna try to solve his team's disable issue.
Let's see if he can pick up that Scythe of Ice. That'll help for sure.
They're not lacking damage. With a Dagon 2 and a Shiva's Guard on their Necro,
Yeah.
plus Sunstrike, any hero goes down. They just need the ability to lock somebody up.
He's trying to get Dagon 5, so you could just Reaper Sight the Ember Spirit, and they could just throw a bunch of magic damage at him in that like 1.5 second window where he's disabled.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea whatsoever. Necro, though, of course, not the most mobile hero as Secret. Gonna go for another smoke as Fada.
Get to mid one. He needs your help badly. Get the Eul Scepter off. See if he can jump himself away before the damage comes in. But immediately silence up. The Chain Frost is going to be able to come through. With the damage coming in from the Doom as well, they might be able to bring down Matamba Man, which is a big time kill and well worth it. But here comes Miracle with a backup. Nice Sonic Boom. He's going to be able to push back two of the members. And it looks like Ace is just on full retreat here with the BKB'd up Miracle. They don't really want to fight him. They just want to be able to get the quick
Matsu
kill on
lives
GH
here.
and maybe be able to get out of here. Ace is able to slide himself away, but Yapster with a minus armor coming out with Miracle's damage. And it may be a little bit too much. Fada turns and finds gets on the poison. Matamba Man is able to get that kill, which will gladly help him. He needed that regen as he was dropping dangerously low, especially with the poison on him. So he heals up. They're going to be able to establish control of the map again. Liquid may not have gotten Roshan, but he certainly won that fight.
And with the 3 high ground heroes dead on the side of Secret, including the Lich for his Frost Armor, I think this is going to mean a high ground attempt again as they start shoving in this bottom area, but Liquid instead content to go for the Roshan. It's just going to be Matamba Man down here, and Liquid should be able to nab this very easily for themselves. Thought they would have tried to go for the forced out buyback.
Not feeling comfortable with potentially being caught. I mean, if you think about it that way, right? If you force the buyback and you get caught trying to retreat, the team fight goes the way of Secret. Boom, they've got Roshan for themselves. The buyback comes worth it. So Liquid here going for the
Roshan has fallen into the dark.
Indeed, as first Roshan of the game goes to Liquid. A pretty late one, considering the kind of dominance that they've shown. 33 minutes into the game. The gold lead finally doing what they wanted to again.
Yep, going down, down, down.
Yeah, and it's on the back of taking smarter team fights, going for these single pickoffs, not trying to just group up. If you allow Secret to take these full-on, straight-up 5-on-5s, it's going to be rough for you, as Yapsor doesn't have Doom, just trying to devour, run forward, get back, and it's going to be mid-one that shows himself up front.
We're getting closer to level 25 in the Joker, and that tornado will certainly help out Liquid's disable issue. It's hell for an Ember Spirit to play around the tornado that's up.
Isn't Miracle
seconds?
One of the few that go for the AoE still?
Do you think it's AoE blasts in this game?
Radiant's middle
It might be a
tower
little bit
is under
different.
attack.
Between a PL and an Ember Spirit, I figured tornado would work.
Getting a little bit lower is Matuma Man with the Aegis.
Yeah, get that chip damage on Rain Rat. Nice use of the Ghost Cut there. Actually, they managed to force
Radiant's
out
middle tower
Reaper's
is under
Sight from
attack.
Matuma Man. He thought he was going to be able to get a kill there. But... Can
Radiant's
Secret
middle
actually
tower
take
has
advantage
fallen.
of that cooldown?
I don't think so.
No, doesn't look like it. In fact, you could already see the Ember Spirit going to the bottom lane, looking to beat the Fury on split push.
And Mind Control has that Hex available. Not his usual DPS build, but had to adjust for this game. And does so. Miracle invised up, just walking around.
Trying to finish up that Octarine at level 25.
Yeah, he's really close to it.
No need to use this Aegis right away, right? You always say establish map control first. That first couple of minutes of Aegis.
It's really silly to grab an Aegis and then immediately go for a 5-man. If you blow that team fight, then you lost your ability to take over the map. And so it was kind of a lost cause and
Mind control. I just catch one here with the Scythe of Ice. They get a little bit of control, but there's just not the damage follow-up here. They don't even have that trying coming in. The Scepter goes on. Maybe they can actually get the silence follow-up with the global silence. They might be able to catch him. They even have GH with another silence to follow this one up. Mid one's going to be caught a little bit longer.
Oh, he's too fast.
Jump himself away. He gets out. Did they change their silences?
Yeah, a little bit.
I think they did.
Has Liquid.
A little bit of overlap.
Should have been a
there.
kill, but
Yeah.
they just didn't have the damage necessary for him. First had to break that Flame Guard as Octarine Core now completed. They see Liquid in this mid area as GH. Starting to press on forward, doesn't have that Aghanim Scepter. So no flying vision for him quite yet, and no gem available. But he's going to run into Puppey, who's starting to get low, but Yapsor right there to protect him, and now the Chain Frost is let loose.
Oh, all of Secret is here to be able to protect their captain. Puppey may still die from the urn take down here. Oh, just enough to be able to keep himself alive. Now Matuma Man's in kind of a bad issue here. Ace is going to chase away Kuro. They're not immediately focusing down this Necrophos because Yapsor's going to jump for the backline. He's going to go for the Fury on them, but that leaves Miracle a little unattended. So they're just going to go back for Matuma Man and just try to finish him off and let Miracle do whatever he wants. If he wants to retreat, that's fine. They're going to take away the Aegis of the Necrophos. And back up. They're actually going to go for this kill. Look at Miracle. He's setting up for a big meteor. Definite blast. AoE combination. Matuma Man brought down to half HP, but he's going to be able to regen up through a lot of this one if they can just get one of these kills. It looks like they've got all of them here. Liquid, they managed to hit big time out of Secret. They just run out of ammo here. 3 members dead down from Secret. Only the 2 cores of Ember Spirit and Phantom Lance are kept alive.
And we see now why he goes for the AoE Deafening Blast.
Yeah.
He walks in, pops it. The entire team
Just caught unaware by Miracle's side rotation. That's something they maybe got to keep their eye on a little bit better. It's hard to constantly keep up that counter vision, but if you don't have that, Miracle's going to be able to slide into good positions for these team fights.
Yeah. Secret that they just had a good fight.
Yeah.
With GH down, that's 1 less Force Staff, 1 less hero to worry about. They need to press any kind of advantage that they have, and a numbers one is pretty important for them as now. Matuma Man.
Plus Orchid. Takes a lot of damage. Doesn't have a whole lot of mana to work with either. He's only got
Radiant
1 nuke off of this
are
one.
fortified.
Yeah. There's a heart though completed on Ace, so he doesn't go down easily as Liquid with 2 heroes down on the side of Secret, pressing their advantage as much as they can let it go.
But
As
look,
Miracle.
Liquid's just drawing attention to this bottom
Radiant's
lane while
top
Miracle
barracks
goes
are
for the
under
real
attack.
shove at top lane. Tries to finish off this melee Rax, see if he can do it in time. Vada, not quite enough to catch Miracle.
Yeah, Yapsor.
Back
Now
over
being
the
dragged
bottom
back.
lane. They'll get that range
Radiant's
Rax.
bottom
Both the melee Rax is
has
down to half HP here. Secret, they're getting torn apart. Miracle is going to pop the BKB and finish off that melee Rax, goes to the TP out. So this should be the retreat of Liquid. Now the pressure of Miracle is gone. They got what they came for. They got both the melee racks at top as well as the range racks at bottom.
And there's absolutely nothing that they can do about him. When he pops that BKB, has that Linken's available, even if Yapsor did have Doom, which he didn't. Unable to complete anything as Miracle going to make his way down there again. And Liquid, I think they want to continue to do this. Why take a straight 5-on-5 fight and risk anything when you can just split Secret around the map? Secret don't have that heavy initiation. They've got to show somebody. And it's not easy for them to start these fights in this manner.
Yeah, we just don't have those traditional, like, hard initiating forward positions or offlaners on either side. So these team fights can get pretty messy.
Yeah, without that available, it becomes a game where Liquid are saying to themselves, okay, throw yourselves outside of your base. If you don't do so, well, we'll just bang on your buildings. And if you don't commit to a fight, we'll take your racks. And if you do commit to a fight and you happen to lose it, we've got a lot of mobile heroes. Miracle can just TP back in. Nature's Prophet can do the same. They can't afford to lose any fights, and that's why Secret are so reluctant. And they were willing to give up that Rax's mid one. Doesn't connect.
18,000 gold lead for Liquid, 23 to 14 to their favor.
Yeah, and I'm trying to figure out what number it is where it doesn't matter what kind of heroes they have. And this might be the number, 20k.
20k. Yeah, I don't think I've seen too many comebacks. We'll see. Secrets make a little magic happen here at ESL 1 Hamburg.
You just need a really good Doom. This game pretty much falls on Yapsor's shoulders.
How many of them? How many really good Dooms do you need?
You need a really good one.
I was hoping to be able to see like maybe a refresher starting to be built now. He's not.
The problem is there's too many targets for him to Doom.
Yeah.
If you don't Doom the Nature's Prophet, well, NP's got Hex and an Orchid. And if you don't Doom Matama Man, he's pretty unkillable.
And you have to deal with Lincoln as well.
Yes.
Which he's played very well around. I don't think he's had a Doom blocked by Lincoln yet, but it's still going to be a struggle.
It gets even better than that. Because now you've got a 6-slotted Miracle who has a refresher and an Octarine completed.
So surely he's target number 1, right? There's too much firepower coming out of this mage.
There's his head spinning. There's just too many heroes. Any of them would be a good choice, though. That's the good news. If there are 3 really good choices,
he gets 1 Doom off, you could say it's good Doom.
Yeah, it's like, you did it, man. Job complete.
You got past the wall of Lincoln's here.
Take your hands off the keyboard as mid one. Now going to push out this top area. Doesn't opt to save for that buyback. Instead, electing to finish up that Shiva's guard. I think this is the right choice. You're so far behind, what does buyback really matter at this point?
Radiant's top barracks are under attack.
You're going to need to win a lot of team fights here.
Oh, the Treant army.
Jesus.
Radiant's
Control
top barracks
easily
has
taking
fallen.
that range tracks. And again, Liquid going back to this method of split pushing. Secret.
Radiant's middle tower is under
They're
attack.
going to force you into committing for a fight. Where's it going to be, though? Maybe it's around this last racks. You can send one area of defense. They're all under this ward right now. Secret not even bothering to place sentries outside.
Remember that conversation? It was Swindles and Blue on the Star Ladder panel. You said there's a lot of trash in the game, referring to just like treants. And
yeah.
In this case, Forge Spirits. There's so many things in the way for Secret that are just pushing into their base. They have to clear through all this stuff before they can even think about initiating on the Team Liquid in the back line.
That's a fitting commentary, considering Crow's dream of becoming a garbage man. As the gem is now
That's
completed.
where he came up with this strategy.
Is one gonna shove out this mid area? And I guess
are scanning.
if you're this far behind, you can just start to defend only one area, like centralize everything.
That's another Chinese proverb, right? In Dota, once you've lost 2 lanes of racks, the game becomes easier because you only have 1 lane to focus on.
Yeah. Did Jack tell you that?
Yeah.
That sounds like a good one. Is Liquid? They've got the high ground area. Doom has been expended. It's an illusion. They waited so long just for that, and Matama Man gonna preemptively pop his
double
Shivas.
chains. Is there some way that Secret actually wins this fight with a wasted Doom? No, they're gonna have to retreat here with a global silence pop right on top of a shrine. That would be suicide to rush into that fight.
So there was a wrong target.
There was a wrong target.
We didn't
indeed.
anticipate that one. He was trying to play decisively. He's like, this is our moment. Who cares? It's the first person that instantly.
Instant regret there.
Oh.
For Yapsor.
That's rough. And
Man,
now
we were
Liquid.
praising him for not getting East. He's like, he hasn't lost a Doom to a Lincoln's yet. Happens to be an illusion.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
As Secret.
Oh, Miracle. He's going for the assassination on Puppy again.
This ward has done way too much.
Or the Rax, actually.
This ward has done way too much for Liquid. And normally it gets dewarded pretty early on, but I think Secret, they're just
Radiant's
under the gun,
bottom
feeling the
barracks
pressure
are
right now.
under
Too many
attack.
things for them to have to worry about as at bottom.
Just giving this one up.
Radiant's
You might as well.
structures are
Yeah.
fortified.
They're going to pop Glyph, but no one's near it.
It's dying.
The melee racks starting to get pretty low, but Ember Spirit making an effort to clean it up as mid lane. This is where the real fight is.
Mid-bot does get caught by the Reaper side, but oh Jesus, he's so tanky. That was actually so little damage, but Tumbleman's
Radiant's
completely out of
bottom
mana too.
barracks are under attack.
They managed to burn him out, but
Radiant's
Miracle
bottom
still gets the
has
objective.
fallen.
Every little silver lining for Secret is surrounding very dark, dark cloud.
In a way, this makes the game, like you said, easier for Secret. It was just
All right.
stuff that they didn't want to have to worry about. Now you don't have to worry about it. Focus all your attention on this mid racks and defending it. The side lanes are done already. Who cares about that? That's a foregone conclusion. It's
got
time to
plenty
think
of-
about the future.
We've got plenty of huts and shrines in the way to deal with the side lane pushes.
Exactly.
Focus on mid and focus on this Roshan fight, right? This is the opportunity for Secret.
The jump's gonna matter as Doom doesn't have Doom quite yet, but he's gonna start running at Kuroki, trying to force something out.
Just hoping to be able to force a global silence or something, but it is on cooldown.
Look at the
are
back line
taking
though.
control.
Miracle
Vada,
coming from behind.
Look out behind you, Miracle. The assassin is coming. It looks like that they're going to be able to catch GH. Will he manage to bring him down? So it's a 4 versus 5 now, but Secret are trying to retreat back to their mid lane. Miracle is unable to stop any of that. Pops a refresher though, and he's going to try and catch these heroes with AoE deafening blast. He's hoping to be able to take on this fight 1 versus 2, but gets caught by the Doom. He pops the BKB beforehand, so that'll help him out a little bit. And it looks like Secret are not okay with chasing him down. They don't feel comfortable with it, especially with the rest of the Team Liquid being gone for so long. A starts backing himself away. Looks like we will manage to get our Doom out of there, so Yapstar makes a clean retreat. But their tier 3 did take some damage, and all they got out of it was a Night Stalker kill.
Yeah, and another Doom had to be expended for that, but with the BKB down on the side of Miracle, if he was able to do that half a second earlier, then maybe they just defuse will chase him down. But Miracle gonna go for it as Ace, out of mana, try to go for the attempt, unable to connect.
Ace is always better than every single time I look at a Miracle. He does have BKB. Thought maybe it would be on cooldown, but boop.
No, with the Octarine Core, it's almost always possible. As 40 seconds only for his refresher. That's how long cooldown is, as Mind Control is continuing to shove out the lanes with his ultimate.
I bet it's about the same. Oh, jeez.
I think he should just go for his own refresher orb.
Yeah. He needs the double Doom.
Like, as unfortunate as it is, pretty much the entire game comes down to can Yapstar Doom 2 people and get rid of their net worths. It's unfair to put all that pressure on him, but it's the only way that I can see them reasonably making a comeback. As credit to Secret, they have kept it somewhat close. Like, the gold lead hasn't increased by that much, only 16k despite losing 2 sides.
Yeah, so get out of here. It's back to base. Okay, so now they don't even have Roshan to worry about. Blitz. Now it's even simpler. It's just sitting in your base waiting for Liquid to come at you.
In a way, it does kind of free up your mind, though. That bottom lane, Liquid isn't really focusing on that anymore. It's this mid area. As long as Secret can make this last hold.
And now you don't have to worry about going outside your base either to contest Roshan. They want to move forward.
Is there any sort of initiation?
A little bit of poke.
Pop the pipe, and with an Aegis available, it makes his job even more complicated. But this Phantom Lancer is really strong. He's quite slotted, as is the Ember.
But part of the problem I see is that, like, he's got mana issues, right? Mana is still really important for this Phantom Lancer.
Mana is important for everyone. As Vada,
Alright, just to force that back down.
no one is really willing to commit right now. Liquid don't want to throw this lead away, and Secret don't want to leave their base.
Ember Spirit jumps forward with the Remnant. What's he doing? He's going to be top of the Reaper's sight. Scepter down. Can he get out of this one with a Sunstrike? And AoE Deafening Blast as well. They're going to be able to bring it down. I'm not sure. Mid-1, he's dead, and so is Yapzor. I don't know what that initiation was from Secret, but they seemed ill-prepared for Mid-1's YOLO-ness, and now Secret could be forced into a 3 versus 5 underneath their own shrine, so at least they've got that going for them. But unfortunately, our Phantom Lens has just been able to do a whole lot. He's been stuck inside this crowd, now finally manages to get out, but every single run he goes on just turns out to be a bad one. Mind Control now turns against him with a Bloodthorn, and he's getting a lot of damage onto him. Another Doppelganger, and as he goes back to the fountain, Tier 3 is going to start dropping, and Liquid are going to be able to take Mega Creeps off of this win.
And I'm not sure what Secret is meant to do to defend against this. There's so many things hitting at their buildings.
Creeps are everywhere. Venomancer's caught inside the Sprout again. How fitting that a Sunstrike brings him down. Ace, he may have the HP, he may have the mana. He's even surviving against all 5 members, but the throne will not, and that is why Secret are going to call GG on game number 1.
It did feel like Ace never died, but he also didn't do enough damage. They just ignored him, killed everyone else around him, and Liquid.
I feel like that's the story of Phantom Lancers most of the time. Right now, it seems like a hero that just doesn't do enough.
GG is called. A Secret. Have to try again shortly.
All right, shortly indeed. We're gonna have a quick break with commercials. Although you guys love those things, and we'll be back with our panel and heading into game number 2.